Being Iron Knight means that you have excellence in the weight room, and that's a huge prestigious thing in our program. And basically there's 7 categories, and you try to reach 5 of the 7 for your weight.
It's got to be a certain amount of time they got to run the 40 under, a certain amount of times they bench press 225, certain amount of weight they squat.
If an athlete achieves at least 5 of the 7 categories, they become an Iron Knight. If they achieve all 7 of 7, they'll be an Elite Knight. And this year, we had the most ever we've ever had. I think we had 4 Elite Knight athletes, and we had a total of 24 in the Iron Knight program.
Being an Iron Knight, it simplifies your hard work during that summer. It represents, all that blood, sweat, and tears that you put into that weight room. And when it was time to perform, whatever lift it was, whatever run it was, whatever jump it was, it came out. And then when you did it, you're able to exceed the expectations and become an Iron or Elite Knight.
And this year we had more than we've ever had, which is a testament to what the foundation and the program that Coach Ellis and Coach O'Leary have been running since they've got here. And it's kind of just a culminating year after year approach of guys coming into a great program, being developed from their freshman all the way to their senior year. We're starting to see the fruits of those efforts.
And I think it's a way to motivate these guys just to do better. It's just another tool that we use to help these athletes push even that more harder to make it to the end of that line, to follow through that tackle, or to knock somebody out, or grab a ball, touchdown, pick 6, or whatever they need to do because of everything that we're doing throughout the summer. And these Iron Knights are pretty much the representatives of our team. These are the guys that are starting on our team, which makes it that much better.
What it takes to be an Iron Knight is to push yourself. Don't fall into the elements. It's going to be hard, it's going to be sticky. But the guys who push themselves, who set goals for themselves, who want to be great, becomes Iron Knight or Elite Knight. And that day when we test, that's the day that we believe how strong we are. And that's the day we put up ridiculous numbers. And that's the days we become Iron Knight.
We always stress to our athletes when they're in there, the football players, that you have to come off the ball. You have to use your legs. We have sleds in the weight room that we're hitting constantly to make sure they transfer all the weightlifting type things we do into hitting people on the field.
They're here to be football players. So everything that we do in the weight room needs to be designed with that in mind to make them great at what they're here to do, which is to play football. Everything needs to be athletic, it needs to be explosive, it needs to be fast, it needs to develop them from what the game is demanding from them. But at the end of the day, we want to be fast, we want to be quick, we want to be explosive, and we want to be tough.
I think in our program, we're always pushing the athlete to be physically strong, but again, mentally strong is very important. It kind of goes in with what Coach O'Leary preaches on the field. You have to be mentally tough in situations. We're always pushing the demands on them in between sets when they're doing workouts to do other things. We're putting different weight, different loads on the ball. We're changing up the exercises, routines of how we do things all the time to challenge them.
Just come out every day and just to work hard is one thing that they look for in us every day. Even though we're tired, we can't go, they push us to go that extra yard.
We're training at a tremendous tempo, we're moving tremendous amounts of weight, and we're pushing them outside of the weight room in more creative ways in the indoor facility, running the stadium steps, pushing sleds and ropes, and all of those different creative type things that you can do. We're trying to fire on all cylinders, and that culmination of all those different things kind of separates us, and it never lets up. If you thought it was hard yesterday, get ready for today. And that never let up mentality, I think, in the end is what separates you from everybody else.
So yeah, we're teaching these kids to get better, to understand that, all right, the harder I work in here, the easier it's going to be on the field when we go and play our game. Coach O'Leary always say the game should be easy. That's why our practices are hard, weight room is hard, so we're trying to get after it to make them a better football player and a person.
But the biggest thing is just pushing the athletes harder than they've ever been pushed, and I think, we do it on a consistent basis, year in and year out. We get great support from Coach O'Leary, who is a firm believer that the weight room, the off season is where you make the team and where you get stronger and where you win games.
Being an aid and a helping hand in preparing these guys to be ready to go into battle, so to speak, that's a rewarding experience for me, is that preparation that takes place long before any practices or any meetings or any film studies, making sure that your mind and your body is ready to go. Some of the guys in that room are some amazing athletes, absolutely, man. And compared to other places that I've seen, this is one of the strongest, if not maybe the strongest, strength programs I've ever been a part of.